What's poppin'? What's good? You're know Miss Daisy. Welcome back to another episode of Chatting with Daisy. Another episode. I don't know why I'm stumbling on my words, but it's okay. So today's video is going to be about just some of the things I've learned becoming a herbalist and some challenges I faced thus far. I kind of want to give you guys an update on my journey because I know I said part of the channel will be about this. So let's get into it. But before I start, make sure you guys subscribe, like, and comment and share if you resonate with anything I'm saying in this video. It also helps me out a lot so I can reach more people like you if you start growing our community. So, some of the things I've learned. So one thing I've learned about herbs is that herbs, there are thousands and thousands and thousands of herbs. Like when I say like the amount of herbs, like I think I have a lot. I have maybe now on hand, maybe close to 50 herbs, and I'm out of jars. And it's like, yo, like I just got jars. I just started buying herbs. And like, honestly, the addiction is real. Once you get one herb, you're going to want 10. Then you're going to want 50. Then you're going to want 100. Like, girl, once you start getting into herbs, you start researching and seeing what they can do, and the possibilities are literally endless. You're going to have so much fun. So that's what I learned from that. That literally so many herbs. Two, when you start buying herbs, you're going to want to buy more and more. And honestly, there are many places that you can get herbs. One place, I keep forgetting the name of it, but it's in Kensington Market. I'll put it right here. And that's where I got my first herbs from. So I didn't really talk about that, but yeah, I got my first set of herbs. My boyfriend actually bought it for me, which was so nice of him. And that was like my first collection. And those were all the herbs that literally the only herbs I chose were the ones I was studying because I've been going in alphabetical order. So the herbs that I chose were ones that I was already studying. So I was kind of familiar with the names. So I'm like, oh, I know that. Oh, I know that. Like calendula. I know calendula. Oh my God, I know alfalfa. Like, I know that. So like, I don't know if I pronounced these right. I'm still learning. So please. But yeah, so like I was just picking up herbs I knew. So when you're going shopping for herbs, stick to the ones that you are already learning about, but also don't be afraid to step outside that and pick up some herbs that you don't know about and then, research it later. But just so because I'm studying a certain way and how I want to study, I kind of just went in alphabetical order. Another thing I learned is that herbs are best paired together. So when you're making tinctures, oils, capsules, it's teas, it's best that you put herbs together. Herbs that, for example, herbs for the liver, but herbs for the liver that all do the same thing but target different areas. So that is probably one of the things I feel like I kind of knew. Like, when you have herbal teas, they usually are herbal blend. It's just really interesting that it's best to work together, but even though they may do this, they target the same area, they do separate things, which is really cool. Also, another cool thing that I've been really interested in as a beginner is that I've been buying herbal plants. So I've been growing mint, and I just got a chamomile plant. I had an aloe vera plant, but it didn't survive the winter. So I'm going to be getting another plant, which I'm very excited to get. And I'm hoping that my growing of the natural herb itself will be more fun. I think it's fun also to have dry herbs, but I'm also into learning how to like dry them out naturally myself. And that brings me into my next thing, which is harvesting. So I've been harvesting my own plants lately, my own herbs, dandelion, which is, I've been talking about this on my Instagram for a little bit now, is great as a diuretic. It also helps clean up the digestive tract and the liver. Also, if you have a lot of water weight, it helps with like flushing out any waters in your system that, aren't really supposed to be there. So it's a really great plant, antioxidant. It's really great, and I actually have a forest right behind my house, or I guess in front of my house, and me and my sister went out one day and we were just picking dandelions because I'm learning I've kind of messed up a couple times. One time I put it in the oven and it burned it, so I'm just learning. But anyway, we went and we saw other herbs there, so we started to, I like, oh my gosh, like let's see what this is. So I researched the herb, and they're actually edible. One that I did was garlic mustard, which grows literally everywhere. I'll put a picture right here. Garlic mustard. And that plant is actually really, really great. It's a mixture of garlic and onion. It has a very garlicky smell. You can saute with it. It has vitamin A, I think K and B. I'm not 100% sure. I'm still learning, like I said, but do some research on it. It's called garlic mustard. It grows in North America, Southern Ontario. Also another one was trout lily, which is, you can eat that one as well. All these are edible, by the way. Trout lily is another one, just to name a few. And honestly, what I've learned is that in your own backyard, you got herbs. So I think as a herbalist, a beginning herbalist, it's great to go outside. I have my little scavenging basket. Here, I'll show you. I have my little basket. You see? Isn't it cute? And I just kind of go out and I just look for different herbs and I just pick up what I see and then I research them on the spot, or I take them home and I just do my research. Another cool thing that I've been doing is solar infusions. So all the oils that I've been making are all solar infused. The only oil I've made so far is calendula with olive oil, which is a great light oil, and chamomile oil. I made these before I knew about like how you can make them in the crock pot as well, or you can get like a double boiler. Solar infusion takes 3 to 4 weeks, while as a double boiler and a crock pot take like 10 times less of the time, like 3 to 4 hours max. Girl, I wish I knew this before, but like I said, I'm still learning, and there's many different methods as well that you can make your herbal infusions. So now I know that my next batch, which I was going to make today, during my studies today, which I'm going to mix chamomile and calendula together and make a different healing oil. So I'll see how that one goes. I think I'm going to use the crock pot or the instant pot method. I don't have a double boiler, so that's what I'm probably going to do. And yeah, so that's a couple of things I've been dabbling in. I also made my first tincture the other day. I did not know when I first made it. I didn't read it all through. You know when you get excited and then you don't really read the full directions? So I didn't read it fully, but it did say that you're still leaving a dark and cool place. It kind of was in a dark and cool place, but there's a lot of sun in my room, as you can see. So it wasn't completely, in the dark. Which is fine though, because now it is. It's under my bed. And you're just supposed to shake it and turn it every so often. It takes about 3 weeks. But she said one of my herbalist mentors said to keep it for a month to a month and a half. So I'm going to probably let it sit for a month and a half. And what I did was dandelion root. Like I said, dandelions are so cool, and I feel like as my first tincture, it's a really great way to start just practicing. And the thing is, becoming a herbalist is trial and error. Like, I feel like, yes, you can do research, and yes, you can read books and watch videos, but I also feel like this whole actually doing it for me has been the most beneficial. So if you are interested in becoming a herbalist, or just, making herbs for yourself, not actually selling anything, but just like, trying to learn how to make yourself healthier, family healthier, without going, the Western pharmaceutical way, and trying to learn how you can heal yourself. Let's just say an apocalypse happens and you have to heal a wound and you don't know what to do, and now you know. So yeah, so just being open to new ways of thinking, new ways of doing things, I feel like is very beneficial to anyone. And just to dabble in some of the herbalist and simple things that we already dabble in, like sage, for example, if you're into sage, chamomile tea. A lot of people drink chamomile tea. So just stuff like that. You're already doing it. So if you like tea, then there's so many different teas. You can even have dandelion tea too if you're into teas. Another thing I want to show y'all. I got this book. It's called Natural Medicines. I got it at Value Village for, I think, $5.99. And when I say this book has like all the herbs, not every single herb, because some of the herbs I'm studying are not even in here, but it has a lot of herbs. And also in the back of the book, it kind of gives you a synopsis. For example, I'll read one real quick. For example, let's say garlic. Everyone knows garlic. So garlic is great for blood pressure. If you have high blood pressure, cancer, high cholesterol, if you have cold, digestive system, it helps with fixing that, or not fixing that, but healing that. If you have flu, any fungal infections, like I've seen people use garlic for ear infections, for any like open wounds that have got infected. It's great as a disinfectant in that way. Inflammation, or if you have like worms in your belly or anything like that. Also, another one I can say here is catnip for muscle tension. So catnip is great. You can make an oil out of it. And what I learned today was a compressor. And what a compressor is, or compression is like this gauze that is soaked in like herbal oils, and you can put it on a wound externally. So it's used externally. So I think also another thing that I've been learning as a herbalist, I guess to add on to that, is that this book is even great with definitions of the lingo. It's really important that you know lingo as a herbalist, or as you are becoming to be more familiarized with herbs, and just if you're learning to heal, like I said, for yourself or your family. It's really beneficial just to know the lingo, because then you know what you're talking about, you know what you're saying to other people, and you know what to search for in the search bar when you're looking for certain things. So like I said, like getting the tools, the starter kit, I could read you guys from my notebook some of the things that I learned from, like, for example, the herbal starter kit. So mason jars are really important. Like I got mine on a Facebook Marketplace. Funnels, all different sizes. It just makes it easier to put the oils or anything that you're making into the small, like, mouth of the, like, amber bottles, like the droppers or like the jars. So yeah, a great thing that I learned, which I didn't know but I did already, is that you need amber or blue jars. The reason being is that if sunlight gets in, then it kind of like degrades the tincture or the oil, just like alcohol, just like if you left perfume out in the sun, the same thing would happen. So amber or blue color jars, those dark colored jars, preserves whatever you made, tincture, oil, just anything that you've made, any concoctions that you've made. Cheesecloths are really great as well when you're straining oil. So if you're into making oils and you love, like, hair oil, for example, if you want to make your own hair oil, cheesecloths are great because you can put the like all the herbs that you want to use in the cheesecloth to strain out so you can get the oil. You can also use strainers, but I think cheesecloths are better because it really gets to squeeze whatever left in there, or you can just use like a spoon and push down on the strainer too. So it's up to you. It's just that if you don't want floaties in there. But yeah, another cool thing I learned as well. Sorry, I'm just telling y'all everything because I'm like, girl, we talking, right? So another cool thing I learned was that you don't have to leave the herb in the oil or tincture, whatever you're making, because at that point, once it's infused, there's nothing left. So it's just literally for the look. So when you see people selling things that have the herbs in there, it's just for the look. It doesn't actually have any more nutrients. Everything's been strained from the plant after like 3-4 week, month, or longer period. Everything has been brought out from it. So let me show you guys real quick. I'm gonna get up and come back. I'm gonna show you guys the tincture I made to explain what I mean by that. Okay guys, I'm back. So here's the tincture that I've been making. This water was very clear before I actually started making it. Hold on, let me just focus. There we go. Before I started making it. So when you see like all the impurities now in the water, it's been clean. Like I washed the herb obviously and made sure there was no dirt on it. So there's no dirt in here. This is literally the tincture. Like it's becoming a tincture now. It's spewing out all the nutrients out of the roots of the dandelion. So cool, like just watching these things happen and watching whatever I'm making start to infuse is so cool. I scratched myself at a set a week and a half or 2 weeks and a half back now, and I used it on my bruise and it went down after 2 days. And I was using other things, and not just the calendula oil just helped, and that's what calendula oil does. It's supposed to help wound healing and like help with skin cell protection. So like you making these things and trying on yourself, so important, so vital, especially if you want to sell things to people, or if you want to start giving it to family or friends. You'll be like, nah, like I tried this on myself and it works. So like I said, herbs can be used for so many different things. Don't be afraid to start getting into herbs and trying things out. Some people may say I'm kind of looking crazy out there with my basket in the forest while people are walking with their dogs and their children, and they're like, what's this girl doing? But little they know I'm healing myself, I'm healing my family, and I am on a journey to becoming a herbalist. So don't be afraid to try anything. Don't be afraid of looking crazy, because no one's looking crazy but the people looking at you, because why are they staring anyway? So get out there, have fun. Make sure I can put in the description box some herbal apothecaries you can go to get some herbs, where you can get mason jars from, the amber color jars where you can get those from. I am a pretty big thrifting, sustainable person, so for me, my amber bottles, I got them from the bargain bins place. They had like 2 boxes of 12 of amber colored jars not been used. It's like all these Amazon returns. So I got those for $1 each. And then I got my mason jars on Facebook Marketplace. I think I got over 20 for $15. And then I think the label jars and stuff I've just had, like, just look around. You can even reuse, like, if you have like what's it called, you know, like the tomato sauce jars and stuff. People are always giving those away on Facebook Marketplace, so look at that as well. Like I said, be creative, have fun, make sure you label your jars as well so you know what's going on. But yeah, so like this is all the stuff that I've learned, some little tips and tricks I'm throwing at you guys that I've learned so far. I think the main thing with becoming a herbalist and, you know, studying and learning all these things is that how fun it is and how like healing it can be, not just to the body itself, because that's what you're healing, but like to the mind, to your soul. Like I feel like as a woman, you know, men can become herbalists as well, don't get me wrong, but I feel like personally for me as a woman, I have found that it's very healing in a nurturing way, and that's why I said in my last Instagram post, if y'all saw, if you didn't, it's okay, I said the feminine is healing because I'm stepping more into my femininity, and we are natural healers. Yes, you know, in this new age world, we can become corporate, we can become boxers, we can become bodybuilders, we can become anything our hearts desire, but I feel like for me personally, as a divine feminine, and as I like to be in my feminine aura as a Black woman as well, I like to nurture, and that comes out so naturally, and it feels like everything's flowing so much easier because I'm just doing what my mind and what my heart and what my soul has been designed to do, which is to heal, connect, be creative. And this is a sense of creativity because you're mixing things. So honestly, it's bringing out my inner child as well. Being able to mix different things together and, you know, just being out in nature, getting my hands dirty. I'm wearing my rain boots. My hands are full of mud. Like, I am just having a good time because I'm reconnecting to the source where everything has originated from. So think about it. If you don't want to become a herbalist, like I said, you can just become a person that knows about herbs and is able to give you a tea mixture because they know it works, and give it to the people that you love, because honestly, Western medicine's great and all, but it ain't that great. I'm gonna be honest. I am not an advocate for the pharmaceutical, because they just make us sicker. The food industry and the pharmaceutical industry has said many times that they are working together. So, and especially with all the food out there, the processed foods, it's just really garbage. Like, it's just we're putting crap into our bodies, and it's so sad. So like, just researching natural ways and getting back to the basics, because I feel like we've gone so far from the basics, we don't even know what's going on anymore. Getting back to the basics is what's going to really help us turn around our health and bring us to happier, healthier, more active, physically active human beings that have a smile on their face. And all that everyone wants, right? To be happy, to experience, to feel healthy and joyful and energetic. So I hope this video gave you some type of insight in what's going on, and you know, hopefully, you know, this is like my journey. Like I said, I'm going to be documenting it. So I'm going to do my best to document a lot more and maybe do a video on me making some of the oils and the things I've been making. It's just like, I'm kind of afraid to put it out there because like I'm still learning. I don't want people to be like, okay, I'm gonna try it. But the thing is that I'm becoming more comfortable in my practice, that I am now open to, you know, sharing the things I've been actually making and how I've been making it. Solar infusion, like I said, number one, but I'm gonna try that Instant Pot. I'm not gonna wait those 3-4 weeks, and I'm still waiting on my oils in the windows. So guys, I want to thank you so much if you stayed this long. I love you so much. Peace and blessings always. And make sure that you guys subscribe if you haven't already, like and comment, and of course share. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.